Greetings, this is Paul the Poke from paulthepoke.com. Today's topic, trend update, Purim, tombs of Esther and Mordecai, March 2017. Scripture references out of Esther 1, verses 1 and 2. Now it took place in the days of Ahasuerus, the Ahasuerus who reigned from India to Ethiopia over 127 provinces. In those days, as King Ahasuerus sat on his royal throne, which was at the city, or in the citadel in Susa. So effectively, the range of the Persian and Media Empire would be from what is the eastern border of Pakistan that separates Pakistan and India. And the empire would have included what is modern-day Pakistan, Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, parts of it, Iran, Iraq, Syria, Jordan, Israel, and then down along the east coast of Africa, along the Red Sea, which would be what is considered to be Ethiopia back in those days. Now, the Arabian Peninsula probably was not considered part of the Persian Media Empire because there's no water there. And so a lot of times they would follow the rivers, Tigris, Euphrates rivers, and you control the water, you control the people. Esther 1:5, when these days were completed, the king gave a banquet lasting 7 days for all the people who were present at the citadel in Susa, from the greatest to the least, in the court of the garden of the king's palace. And so what we have here, where the red cursor is the tomb of Esther and Mordecai. And we're going to zoom in a little bit closer. And effectively, this is the introduction to the book of Esther. Susa was the headquarters of the ancient Persia and Media Empire. Ancient Susa is also known as Shush or Shushan. These ancient names are synonymous with the 21st century city of Hamadan, Iran. Today, Hamadan, Iran is believed to have approximately 470,000 people per 2006 census numbers. Now, that's per Wikipedia. Now, we're going to zoom in a little bit tighter on the modern-day city of Hamadan, Iran. And you can see the tomb of Esther and Mordecai are in the middle of downtown. I mean, in the center of the city. And this is what is effectively Hamadan, modern-day Hamadan, Iran. Now, this information came from an article from breakingisraelnews.com. A link is provided, and it's the burial site, Purim heroes, Esther and Mordecai, still standing in modern-day Persia. Now, the burial site and story of Esther draw people to think about the modern city, especially during the holiday of Purim. Now, not only does Hamadan, Iran, it's believed that the heroes of the book of Esther are buried there, but Hamadan is back in the news for other reasons. And this occurred last August. And we'll back out so we can get a better look at the region. August 2016, Russia has been launching airstrikes from Iran. And the Iranians have agreed to give Russia access to the Hamadan Air Base in western Iran. Russia is the first foreign country allowed access to the air base. And when this happened last summer, in August of 2016, this was reported by news outlets around the world. And I mean, that's from The Guardian, out of England, RT, Russia Times, Reuters, Jerusalem Post, France 24, New York Times. I mean, so it was who's who of media reporting the fact that, the Russians and the Iranians had an agreement to use the Hamadan Air Base as a base of operations for what Russia was doing and is doing in the Middle East. And we can get in a little closer here. You can see this is not that far from Mosul, Iraq, which is also ancient Nineveh. And then we squeeze in a little tighter. Here's Aleppo. Lots of military activity taking place in and around Aleppo. I mean, you have multiple groups of people fighting in and around Aleppo, from the Kurds to Turkey to Muslims of Sunni and Shiite. And then ISIS. Well, of course, ISIS is Sunni, but they are also involved. But you can see that Russia has a base of operations over there on the eastern part of the screen in what is modern day Iran, and they are using that as a base of operations for activities. So 2,600 years later, roughly 2,600 years ago, Susa, Shush, Shushan, or Hamadan, take your pick. It's come full circle. It was a base of operations in world geopolitics. Gosh, 680 years before Christ. And here we are in 2017, and that city's back in the news. So if you're interested in this, please feel free to check out paulthepoke.com, keyword Purim, Esther, Mordecai, Hamadan, Russia, Iran. Take care. Have a good day. Thanks for listening. Bye.